Welcome to Detailing with Mark. Today I'm going to restore the headlight on my 2004 Saab 9-3. If you guys watch my videos, you probably saw me partially restore this in an earlier video. I basically just used compound and polish to get it to where it is. While it looks good, there's still a lot of haze here and especially around here. So I'm bringing in the big guns. I'm going to use the 3M headlight restoration kit shown here. I've never used it. The reviews are good, so I have high hopes. So let's get this thing taped off and start the restoration process. So what's in the package? Essentially, we've got, first of all, the drill attachment here to allow us to put the sanding discs on here. And then we've got several sanding discs, a polishing pad, and rubbing compound. So that's it. Let's get rolling. To start, we clean the headlight lens with soap and water. Here I have just a little water and Dawn. So let's just do a light rub off with this. This is to prevent the polishing discs and sanding discs from getting all gummed up with junk. All right, now let's tape it off. All right, we're all taped off here, as you can see. You also notice I raised the hood. That just eliminates the need to tape the top of the light and lets you get in there a little bit easier. So I think that's always a good thing. So next step is to put the drill attachment on the drill. Pretty simple, just put that on there and tighten it. Okay, there we go. We've got the 500 grit sanding disc on there as well. So we're gonna wet sand. So let's wet the paper, let's wet the light down and get to sanding. Okay, so I wiped it off. So wipe off the lens and take a look. You'll see a white haze everywhere. That's normal. What you want to do is look through the haze and see if you can still see any kind of oxidation. I still see a little bit around the edges where it's the worst, like right here. So I'm just going to wet it down. I'm going to get a brand new disc because the disc is pretty worn out at this point. So let me do that. So the second 500 grit sanding disc, let's do one more pass. You'll notice here there's a little spot in the corner. I'm just gonna get that by hand. So here we go, my not very scientific sanding method for getting this. Definitely don't want to bring the disc in here and risk damage. Okay, now you can see the headlight is very, very hazy here, which is good. I think we got most of the defects out of it. Now we switch to an 800 grit sanding disc, and we're gonna go over the headlight again and just refine all those deep scratches that we made with the 500. So here it goes. So I noticed, so by the way, this is my first time doing this, restoring a headlight with a drill attachment. It kind of jumps around, especially with the 500 grit paper. It jumps all over the place, as you saw. So this is not the most elegant solution or technique. My tape is also soaking wet and jumping all over the place as well. So kind of an ugly restoration here, but I think the end goal will be there. And then, as I said, I can't reach this little area, so I just wad this up at the end and do it with my hands. But I've noticed that when you switch to the 800 grit, the drill jumps around much less, which is good. All right, so let's get this off and see how we're looking. Okay, we should see a clearer looking headlight. I think we do. All right, I think that's pretty good. Okay, so very nice. I think all the hazing looks pretty uniform here. Maybe here we need a little bit more. Let me just hit this one more time. On this headlight, the main haze is over here and over here. So I'm just gonna hit both of those just one last time, just to make sure we got it. We're going to call that done. Move on to the final sand here. In case you can't see, this makes an absolute ridiculous mess of your car. And the tape is pretty much gone, so I might just let that just come off. It's just not really doing a whole lot except getting in my way at this point. So we're going to take the bottom tape off and finish up this way. I'll just have to trust my precision. Okay, so there we go. All right, now it's time for the 3000 sanding disc. So let's get this on there. This is very fine, so this should be interesting. Okay, that's what it looks like. So let's mist this guy, and then mist the whole light. And this is our last pass of sanding. Let's hope it looks much better, because it's still very cloudy. Looks pretty good. Let's take a look here. Yeah, it's looking pretty clear there. Pretty good. Nice. All right. Still obviously got some haze. That's what the polishing compound is for, of course. And let's take a look. I think it's looking really pretty good here. There's a little bit of haziness. I think we might need to maybe go over it another time or two. But it looks pretty good. All right, that is it for the 3000 grit. Let's do one last wipe down. I think we're looking really good here. And the compound should finish the job. Okay, here we are at the final step. According to the instructions, you want to put about a dime size of the rubbing compound on the pad. I got a little bit more than that, but I think that should do the job. So there's a rubbing compound and the polishing pad. So you always want to spread the stuff around. I definitely put too much on here, but spread it around as best you can. Otherwise it's gonna splatter all over the place. Okay, here we go. The final compound and polish. Alright, let's wipe it down, and I think that looks pretty excellent, honestly. Looks almost like a brand new headlight. Woo! Beautiful. Alright, I'm gonna do one more pass of compounding polish just to make sure it's perfect, but this looks pretty fantastic, honestly. All the haziness is gone. The drill battery held out. I'm going to focus the compound where the light was the worst, which is over these areas. Obviously we want to still get it over here too, but alright, let's get it hard in here. Okay, I think that's it. Let's get the polish off and see how she looks. That's probably the end here. So, I think it looks pretty excellent, honestly. I think it came out really nice. Yeah, looks beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So there you go. The 3M headlight restoration kit works well. It's a lot more of a pain in the butt than I thought it would be, but I think it actually did an excellent job. I mean, this lens, the hazing here is completely gone. Can't see as well over here, but it looks like a brand new lens. I have actually a new lens on the other side to compare it to, and they look identical. So this is amazing. Thanks 3M. It was a cheap kit too. It was like maybe $15. So we're not done yet though. The very important last step is you spray this off with a mixture of rubbing alcohol and water. I guess you can use pure alcohol as well. Just watch the paint. Spray off the headlight. That will dissolve any residual polish that's on there. You're gonna wanna seal this with something. You can do a wax, you can do a ceramic coating, but 3M actually sells a product that is a UV inhibiting headlight coating. So I'm gonna order that and coat this with it. I think that'll give it a couple years of protection if it's out in the sun. So anyway, I won't include that in this video, but just know that you've got to do that once you've restored the headlight. Otherwise the oxidation and the yellowing, it will return. So there you have it. I'm really happy with the results. It took me about an hour and $15. A lot better investment, I think, than buying a new headlight assembly for 250 bucks plus. So very happy with it. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If so, I'd love a thumbs up. Always love to see comments, and of course subscribe if you don't want to miss any of my future videos. We'll see you on the next one.